Well, this is the San Juan 24. This will be jittering around. It's not a bad boat. In fact, it's a pretty good boat. It's faster than my Bristol. It's called the Delightful. And anyhow, it's got a fair amount of sails. It's got this. It originally had a different motor in it, an inboard that was taken out by the previous owner, and he put this little step for an outboard. It had a 3.5. Little 3.5. He put these weights in here, these concrete blocks, to offset the weight of the original motor. You know, because he said it sailed better with the weight. Right. So anyhow, this is the boat. Wandering around it. I hope I'm not jiggling around too much, but hopefully you can freeze frame. It actually got hung up in the pile in the hurricane, but that was the only damage that it sustained. So that pulpit is a little bent. I guess you can see it there. I didn't feel, if I tried to straighten it out, it might be worth more damage. So anyhow, this is the boat. It's a 24-foot San Juan. It's a little dirty now. I might power wash it, but it's a good boat. San Juan's, the only trouble I had with it was, well, it scared the hell out of me, and the bulkhead failed. And you can Google these things, and you'll find out that, you know, the bulkheads were an issue. So I got my boat building friend from Juan, and he gave me advice, and came in here, and we replaced it with new bulkheads on both sides. So you can see the chain plates coming down through the through hull. Basically, the old stuff was much thinner, and we did the West epoxy system on this side, and actually that side too. So it's got new bulkheads. So the mast is probably going to stay where you put it. So it's actually, it seems roomier than the other boat. Down here, that's where they probably had an atomic or something, but right now it's run off of an outboard. So this is this side of it. It's got some cushions. Well, all boats have a little, like, boaty smell. It's got a couple extra sails. I think there's a storm jig in there. And it's kind of clean up front. You can kind of see the forward. You could put a curtain or something up and you know, separate it off, but I kind of like the roominess the way it is here. So go around this way. I don't know whether you're really seeing. The floors seem to be intact. One of the things I think is really interesting is the bilge seems incredibly dry. Well, there's little stuff in there, but we got a lot of rain. But you know, the bilge is really dry. So anyhow, here's the other side of it. We've got like the forward berth, and there's that. You know, it's a sailboat. It's a neat sailboat. Hey, I found my tricorner hat. That's good. But anyhow, there it is. I don't know what you want to look at. It's got some electric. It's got I never really hooked this stuff up. I've taken out sailing, and it's a lot of fun to sail. It's real lightweight, heels over good, kind of fast. And basically, this video is probably way too long. You know, the wood seems to be in pretty good shape. You know, the outside's kind of little rough, but you know, it's solid. And here's the back of the boat. And that's pretty much it. I'll keep the movie running. The biggest assets, I think, are, well, it seems to be really dry. You know, even with all the rain we had, you saw that there's barely, and even with all the rain we got, there's barely any water in the bilge. So I'm just kind of wandering around with this thing. There's a picture of the back of it. I'm out here in Colington, and yeah, the guy down the street, name Greg Cremia. He was a real estate guy, and he went off to be a pastor in Kentucky. He used to own this boat, so you might know Doug. You might know him. He was big on the. Here's my Bristol. I kind of like this boat. I might be selling this one too, but that's a whole other story. There's the other side of San Juan. Well, that's it. You know what it looks like. You know where you can reach me. There you go.